Have you ever felt like you've tried everything and still nothing that you're doing is working? You've pushed, you've sacrificed, stayed up late, worked weekends, and it feels like no matter how hard you try, you're not really getting anywhere. You're exhausted, you're ready to walk away, but you could be this close from achieving your goal. If you quit right now, you will never know. And if you click off this video, you definitely won't know. So don't be doing that. But that's what the video today is about. It's a story that changed the way I think, and it's a story that made me reflect on my past experience and made me realize there's a lot of power in not giving up and being absolutely relentless when it comes to your goals. And I think that this story might be exactly what you need to hear right now. So anyway, let's stop wasting time. Let's crack right into it. In a book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, there's a story about a guy and his uncle called R.U. Harby, who traveled west to Colorado during the gold rush around the late 1850s. And his uncle had struck gold. So the two of them bought a bunch of equipment to start prospecting and excavating. And at first, they hit gold. They hit a lot of gold. But then the vein disappeared. It dried up. So eventually, out of frustration, they gave up. They sold all the machinery to a junk man for a few $100s, which at the time was probably worth a lot more, but nonetheless, they had thrown in the towel. That junk man, however, he brought in a mining engineer. The guy checked the land and realized the original miners may have stopped just 3 feet from a massive gold vein. So the junk man started digging, and just 3 feet from where the others had given up in a different direction, he had found one of the largest gold veins. Now, obviously the story is you shouldn't give up so close to the gold. You don't know how close you ever are. But Harby, he never forgot that. He applied that lesson in his career moving forward, and it made him a fortune in insurance. And that story to me really stuck out because it made me reflect on my own 3 feet from gold moments, which there has been quite a few, and I thought I would share those with you today. So I've spoken about it on the channel before. All my friends that know me know I come from a customer service background. I was making around 30K NZD a year. I was living paycheck to paycheck at the time. I was just surviving, really. Every day felt the same, and honestly, I was quite miserable. I didn't really have much to look forward to in my working life, which takes up a very big majority of our life. But one day I was working from home, and I was with my girlfriend, and I got really upset on a call that I was on. The customer hung up on me, and I got so furious, and I slammed down on my desk. And it was at that moment that she said to me, if you're unhappy about your work and your job, then maybe you should do something about it instead of being upset. So I did. I applied for a lot of jobs. I had many interviews. I was feeling good, but weeks went by and I would just keep getting turned down. And then I had one interview that I was so well prepared for. I felt really good about it. And long story short, I definitely didn't get the job. And that really killed me. And at that time, I really wanted to quit. I was just like, man, I can't get a job. No one wants to hire me. But I'd already applied for 80 jobs at that point, and I was like, I may as well just keep going. Why would I stop here? I kept applying, and eventually I did land a job, and it was for a really great company. My salary went from 30 to 65K just by getting that one job. It was better work, and I felt excited to work again. Imagine I just never applied for that job, or I took a few weeks off. And to be honest, if I didn't get that job, my life wouldn't be like it is now. I might not even be sitting in front of this camera talking to you. So it's the whole butterfly effect thing. I think this was the first pivotal moment where I started to realize that if I put my mind to something and I don't give up, I could be 3 feet from gold. Now, after landing that role, I had set my targets pretty high. I saw how much money people on the floor were making, and I wanted to be one of the best salesmen on the floor, so I set my targets there. I had to spend a lot of hours working overtime and really running my head into the wall, but eventually, I did become one of the best salespeople on the floor. Following that, I really wanted to lead. I wanted to be a manager. I applied for the management role when there was a vacancy, but I didn't get it. They gave me some feedback and said, you're not ready, you're too green. Fair enough. About 3 months go by, another spot comes up. I apply, thinking I'd spent the last 3 months taking that feedback on board, trying to get more involved in certain conversations, but lo and behold, I got turned down again. Then about another 5 months go by. All the managers are gone. There's 3 vacancies And I thought, this is the time. I'm the most experienced person remaining on the floor. And I was like, okay, well, I was hyped. I was like, I got this. This is my time to shine. But again, I got turned down and they hired external. I can't explain to you how soul destroying this was, because I really put 110% effort into my sort of mission and my goals at this place. And I even said to my partner and the people that I work with that I was very close with, I said, I think I'm actually done. I work extremely hard and I really truly feel like I deserve at least a shot. I'm not saying that I'm going to be the best manager ever or whatever, but I feel like I deserve a shot. And I think that I'm done. My relationship at that point had been suffering a little bit because I had worked too much. I had definitely sacrificed other parts of my life, like exercising and things like that, to focus on my career. And I just felt a bit undervalued. So I said, I'll give it a few more months and then I'm going to look somewhere else and I'll apply for management position somewhere else, which I did even at that time. But then one day I got approached by some person in the business that I hadn't met before. And long story short, he sat me down and said, we're building a team. We could really use someone with your experience. And the CEO of the business had recommended me because he had seen how many times I applied and seen my performance over the last year. And they offered me a job and I went from earning 65K a year to over 100K a year. And I was just about to quit. I swear to God, I was so done. And people that know me know how upset I was at the time. But again, I was 3 feet from gold and I had no idea of knowing it. Now, it's all well and good talking about these stories because they've already happened. Being able to look in the past and be like, oh, I did this, I did that. It can be used as fuel to propel you forward into your next challenge. But sometimes I think we forget to think about the present and have that same perspective right now. In my YouTube channel and trying to be consistent in making videos, it's not easy. There's moments where I've definitely felt like I wanted to give up. I really like making content, but it is really hard. Sometimes I'll spend a whole day, a whole weekend even, making a video like this one here, and it got 45 views. I spent like 24 hours on that video, but it doesn't get clicked on, it doesn't get watched, and people click off early if they do watch it, so the retention is bad, and I wonder, am I wasting my time? Is this even worth it? To be honest, it's even embarrassing. People know I have a YouTube channel. People at my work know I have a YouTube channel. Are they watching my view count and being like, man, this guy's a loser? There's all these thoughts that are like coming into my head and I feel like quitting sometimes. I honestly do. But then I remember, I've seen this before. I felt this feeling before when I was applying for jobs. I nearly gave up. I could have stopped at one job application earlier and I wouldn't have gotten that job. And with this channel, maybe no one's watching right now, but what if I'm one video away from going viral? Or what if I reach the right audience and my channel takes off? Or I could be 3 feet away from gold and I would never know. But if I give up now, of course, I will never, ever find out. The biggest wins usually come right after the moment you want to give up. That was the main takeaway from Think and Grow Rich for me. If you're trying really hard and it's not working, you're doing something that other people can't do. And think about it. What if you're actually closer than you think? What if it's just one more video? What if it's just one more phone call? One more repetition to hit that weight? What if it's just one more day of struggling? If you give up now, you will never, ever know. But look, I really hope you guys got something out of the video today. It's been a pretty wild journey. I just released my 50th piece of content the other day. I'm working on some pretty big projects at the moment and the Discord community has been growing, which has been really awesome. If you want to be part of a community where we hold each other accountable and we share tips and tricks on workflows and we're all trying to grow our own businesses and our own channels, I really would love for you to join us. If that is the case, you can find a link to the Discord in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, I would very much appreciate if you like and subscribe. You have no idea how much confidence and how much happiness that brings me when I'm so close to quitting and I'm 3 feet from gold potentially. So yeah, I would appreciate it very much. But until the next time, I will keep showing up daily. Hope you guys enjoy your long weekend. Happy Easter. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.